All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a song that's, well, it's not just music. It's an entire emotional ocean. We're breaking down Cherry Waves by Deftones, a track that plunges you into the beautiful and absolutely terrifying depths of total devotion. So the song kicks off with this single, powerful image. And look, this is not some romantic picture of two lovers adrift, right? This is a scene of shared desperation. You have two people just clinging to the same piece of wreckage, where their survival is completely tied together, and letting go means certain doom for the other person. And right from the get-go, that line sets up the song's central, chilling question. So today, we're going to unpack how Deftones uses sound, their own story, and these incredible lyrics to paint a picture of what happens when love and trust are pushed to the absolute breaking point. A point that feels a lot like mutual destruction.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the sound itself. I mean, how on earth did they make a rock song feel like it was recorded at the bottom of the ocean? Well, the answer is all in its unique sonic architecture.
It's really this incredible mix of ingredients. You've got Stephen Carpenter's guitars, and they're not chugging out these heavy riffs. No, they're creating these atmospheric walls of sound using tons of reverb and delay, which is a classic shoegaze move. Then you have Abe Cunningham's drumming. It's not aggressive. It's this hypnotic, slow, steady heartbeat. You add in Frank Delgado's watery keyboard textures and Chino Moreno's vocals, which are so layered and washed out, they basically become another instrument. And yeah, you get this absolutely immersive, underwater feeling. But here's the thing that makes it all so much deeper. That feeling, that sense of drowning and disconnection. That wasn't just some cool artistic choice. It was a direct reflection of the band's reality when they were making the album's Saturday Night Rest. I mean, the story behind this album is just legendary for how chaotic it was. Seriously, the band was on the verge of completely falling apart. Chino Moreno was dealing with addiction and a divorce, and communication had just totally collapsed. It got to the point where he was recording his vocals completely separate from everybody else. The whole album was born from this period of intense personal and collective turmoil. And that's what's so brilliant, right? The art became a perfect mirror. The feeling you get from the song, that sense of drowning, of disconnection, that desperate tension, it isn't just a metaphor. It is a sonic photograph of exactly where Deftones was as a group of people, just barely holding on. And you can feel this tension most of all in the lyrics, which build to this terrifying question about trust. The song isn't just about feeling like you're drowning. It's about asking someone to come drown with you. This right here, this is the absolute core of the song, and it is so important to get this. This isn't a romantic, I'll save you kind of promise. Not at all. It's a dark experiment in loyalty. The question isn't, will you save me? It's, if I give up, if I sink to the bottom, will you follow me into that oblivion? So here's the takeaway, and it's a heavy one. The song completely redefines what ultimate devotion can mean. It suggests that loyalty isn't about salvation, but about a shared, fatalistic sacrifice. In this world, love is a promise to not let the other person die alone. I mean, how chilling is that? Okay, to really dig into this, we're going to look at the lyrics through a couple of really unique lenses, from way outside of music theory. This will let us break down the mechanics of this toxic devotion in a totally new way. So first up, we have what you could call the hydrodynamics of codependency. Just think about that for a second. This framework basically uses the principles of fluid mechanics to explain the social psychology of this relationship. It's wild. It treats the couple like two bodies just trying to stay afloat in a totally chaotic system. And when you apply this idea to that opening line, everything just clicks into place. The plank isn't just a piece of wood, it is the relationship itself. It's this one scarce resource in a whole sea of shared trauma. If you think about it economically, it's a zero-sum game. They're locked in this dysfunctional equilibrium where the only winning move is to not move at all, because letting go guarantees they both go down. The plank is both their lifesaver and their prison. All right, our next lens is even more fascinating. It's the biomechanics of masochistic desire. Basically, this framework takes concepts from mechanical engineering, we're talking stress, tension, material fatigue, and applies them to the psychological pain being described in the song. This is just an amazing example of how a lyric can literally describe a mechanical process. The anchor is a load, applying constant tension, but that next line, the more you laughed, the crazier I came, that describes a positive feedback loop. In engineering, if you apply a cyclical load to a material over and over, you get fatigue and eventually total system failure. Here, the laughter is that cyclical force, pushing the psyche closer and closer to its breaking point. Okay, so after this super deep dive into the sound, the backstory, the lyrical mechanics, what's the big takeaway? What is Cherry Waves really about at its core?
Well, the answer is right there in the title. The song is a perfect duality. On one side, you have Cherry, that's the sweetness, the beauty, the desire and devotion. But then you have Waves, the overwhelming, destructive force of chaos, obsession, and codependency. The whole song lives in that beautiful but terrifying tension.
And then the song leaves us with these final haunting lines. You could escape below. Now, this isn't about escaping the situation and swimming to shore. No. This is about escaping into the abyss. It's about adapting to the toxic environment, just stopping the struggle, and becoming a creature of the deep. It's not survival. It's a kind of surrender.
And so that's where we're left, with the song's central question, just boiled down to its rawest form. It's a chilling question about the absolute, terrifying limits of trust, love, and devotion. It's asking, how far are you willing to follow the person you love, even when the only direction is straight down?